So how to get your coach to see how good you are, how to get the ID selectors to select you for the team that you're going for. How do we do this? How do we take more control over this situation so you can get selected as a starter, so you can get selected as someone on the Division 1 team or whatever it is you're going for? So there are two approaches that I see are commonly taken. Now, the first approach is what I call the how to force my coach to see how good I am approach. And what this is the approach that is taken where a student athlete, they go on the field and they're constantly sort of checking whether the coach is watching, and they're in their head about whether the coach is watching and did they see me do that, and they look over if you did a good move or did a good play, and they're always checking if the coach is watching, kind of like that makes a difference. Kind of like they can control what the coach is going to think by quickly doing a move when the coach is watching. And this is not the approach that I recommend. Because when you're in your head worrying about what the coach is thinking, are they looking, did the coach see that? What you're not doing is staying in the zone. When we're in the zone, we have a whole nother ability, a whole nother level of ability to play the sport. When we're totally present, when we're totally focused, when we're totally mindful, we're being a mindful athlete, we get into the flow state and we become another level up. So I don't recommend that approach. The approach I do recommend is this approach. It's called the become so good that you can't be ignored approach. And this is the road less traveled. This is the road less traveled because, one, it requires a greater work ethic from you, and it requires the ability to let go of the outcome, to let go of worrying about what the outcome might be, because you're trusting in your work ethic, and the fact that that's going to pay off. First of all, this approach is you first want to get a baseline of where you're at right now. So get a baseline of your speed, your strengths, your skills, the different areas of your game, and circle the key areas, whether they're weaknesses or strengths, the key areas that if you worked on would make the biggest difference to your game. That if you really leveled up in them areas, you would then become so good that you can't be ignored. And from there, create a training program for yourself or get some support in doing that you can do on your own or with a friend that helps you level up, and structure that into your week. And then you follow that structure for week after week after week. And eventually, if you do that right, you'll become so good you can't be ignored. And then when you go to practices and when you play games, you focus so intently on doing your absolute best in every moment, every play, just doing your best. Don't worry about what the coach is thinking, and you will get the credit you deserve. That work ethic will pay off. And that's the final part, letting go of that, trusting that the coach is going to see your hard work pay off, and let it happen. So the first part, trying to get your coach to see when you do good things, out of your control. We can't force the coach to look at everything we do. The game is chaos. The coach is looking at everyone and everything. So the second approach is best because it's within our control. It's within your control. You can increase your level of ability through your own personal work ethic that you take control of. And your coach will see that. I promise you, your coach will see that. Okay? So trust in your work ethic, put in the extra work, and watch it pay off.